Do you know when you're thinking back to your first memories, certain things? I've touched on this before. Yeah, this is a raving. I'm going to talk about going raving again today, and everything that goes with it. um, Memories. I spoke about them before. Yeah, you know, first day at school, first this, first that. My one to be, I remember the first time getting past someone in a green suit, and the person trying to make me green out pull a whitey, quite obviously. I didn't. I held it together. Stumbled off like 13-year-old little gipper, little gipper that I was. Could barely stand. Like, oh, that was a memory that I think back on and laugh about. Going raving for the first time, yeah. Stratford Rex. I I I implore everyone to check out Stratford Rex on the internet. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Guess where it is? Stratford, East London. Stratford Rex. What a club. I've done a whole video about that, I think. I'm sure I have. Bagley's another one. Excellent clubs. Coliseum in Vauxhall, Club Fire area in Vauxhall. Coronet, if that's even there anymore. The Lighthouse at Greenwich, near the Thames, I think it was, near the Millennium Dome, called the Lighthouse. I never liked that. Never sit down anywhere, man. There was no chairs anywhere. I know it's a rave, but at some point you want to sit down and have a sip of water, don't you? Let your dancing legs just die off for a minute. Let them stop tapping about. But yeah, I mean, music is a big one for me as well, because I love music, right? And it all links into drum and bass, like raving. You know, it's all linked up. I remember, like my favourite album of all time, yeah, is Music for the Jilted Generation, Prodigy, right? First time I ever heard that, I was like, what? I don't even know how old I was, 10. It was similar to drum and bass, isn't it? Jungle, especially the album. I think the album before that with Out of Space on it, Spaceman. I forgot the name of that album. Big album, sort of like that was sort of like jungly, drum and bassy. And my first couple of days that I was in big school, senior school, right? So I was 11, sitting on the wall, feeling like an 11-year-old, like, you know, tiny. Looking at these 15, 16-year-olds, they look massive, don't they, when you're walking past you, bumping into you, pushing you out of your way, pushing you out of their way. So I was sitting on the wall, had my hands in my pockets, looking down, thinking, oh, can't wait for 3 o'clock, you know what I mean? It's a geezer. I remember his name as well, I'm not going to say it. I went raving with him later on in life, not when I was 11. He was older than me, so he would have been about 15. He come walking past me, he had his headphones in, Walkman, yeah, cassette player, push a button, yeah. If you don't know what a cassette player is, you're too young. Play, yeah. He's walked past me. It wasn't even drum and bass. It was jungle. He would have had jungle blaring in his headphones, yeah. 8:30 in the morning, blaring, right, in each ear. I hope everyone knows what jungle music is. If you don't, you're gonna have to look it up. I'm afraid, yeah. Banging, not as good as drum and bass. But jungle it was what it was really back then. Yeah, drum and bass was probably a new thing. So like, he's gone walking past the earphone. I'm like, what? Wouldn't have asked him like, say, oh mate. He definitely would have just. He was one of the cool older boys. You know what I mean? He would have just kicked me over and took me dinner money or something, allegedly. But that was my introduction into jungle music. Yeah, I never forgot that jungle music. Right? I was like, what the hell was that? And then through like mates' older brothers, yeah, you know, you meet up with your mates and they've got an older brother, like they know what drum and bass is, yeah, because drum and bass is better than jungle, like whatever I listen to, like walking like geese was walking like jungle, mate. Drum and bass is the one. And we're all sitting around listening to tape packs, you know what I mean? Tape packs, right? All like literally it'd be a pack that you open up and it would have like 3 or 4 packs tapes, not 3 or 4. It would have 4 tapes that side, 4 tapes that side, yeah. All of the rave recorded at the rave, yeah. The rave would go on from like 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and all these tapes would be recording the different sets. So each different DJ would be on the tape, have his own tape, and there'd be MCs on it. And the MCs would be the things I would be listening to, yeah. MCs, they would be literally MCing over the beat. I mean, like, it's not rapping. They're not rapping at even a rapping speed. Like, it's a sort of rap, but it's an English version. It's drum and bass MCs. Yeah, look it up, right? And nowadays, I've never grew up there. Nowadays, I still like MCs. I like MC Bassman. I like MC Trigger. I like MC Spider. All from up north, right? Well, not up north to me. From down south to me, I'm in Gateshead. I live from down south to me, but from Manchester, Birmingham way, right? Nottingham. But back in the day when I first started listening to it, Skibba Shabba, right? MC Skibba and MC Shabba. They would go 100 miles an hour, yeah. And the older people, I remember my mum and dad's like mates listening to it over the garden wall, going, "God, is he on speed or something?" Like, not fully understood, because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like something's on fast forward, right? I'm not going to do it on here. I can do it, but I ain't going to make none of you feel small, none of you that can't. So I'll just keep my mouth shut. I won't MC. But I really loved it. It get the hairs going on my arm, you know what I mean? Yeah, listening to Skibba or Shabba, just passing the mic, smashing it. And then we found out about the different pirate radio stations, yeah. Genuinely, they've got to still be in existence, in they pirate radio stations. But I don't know what they are now. But back in them days, mate, Force FM was the local one. Yeah, I grew up in Romford. So yeah, Force FM 106.5, I think it was, or 106.4, I think. And every Sunday roast it was called, yeah, 2 till 4, 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. It would be garage, and it would usually be MC Vapor. The streets would be empty. Everyone would go home to literally listen to it 2 till 4 on the radio, tune it in, barely get it. Some of us, you know what I mean, like look, hanging the aerial out the window. Old school, mate, right? And that was for the garage. They had drum and bass on there as well. Yeah, a couple of the boys I knew that used to do it. What is his name? What was his MC name? MC Doughboy. That was his MC name. Yeah, on Force FM. I just remembered that as well. But the big pirate station that I used to listen to anyway was Kool FM, right? I could barely get it from Romford most of the time, either as well. Yeah, if you're driving around, if you drove through into like Barking or Ilford, it would turn on. You think, oh yes. Drive out here, you go, oh, I disappear again. But Kool FM, right, with a K, Kool FM. I think that's still going now, right? And that would have that would have all the big MCs that I would listen to, like MC Det, Skibba, Shabba. And it would be random nights that you know what I mean. It wouldn't be a set night that they'd be on, you know what I mean. And they wouldn't be on together, you know what I mean. Sometimes you slap it on it a bit, and Riddler and Shocking would be on, and that would still be good, you know what I mean. And then another time you'd slap it on, and Skibba would be on. Then 10 minutes later, Shabba would turn up. Then Det would turn up, and you think, what? Fearless, MC, like DJ Brocky on the thing, on the ones and the twos. But massive things. There were massive things, and you find out the nights that certain things were on. It was a massive thing. Make sure you was indoors with your stereo set up. And when you was actually at a rave, when I was at a rave, say the first time I ever went to Stratford Rex, that was the first rave I ever went to, yeah, Innovation and Morning, 7th birthday, yeah, the tape pack was red. For those that know, the tapes in the tape pack, yeah, it had red tapes, yeah, Innovation Morning, 7th birthday, you can YouTube this, they're actually on there, red tapes, yeah, and obviously I've never seen the MCs live before. I go back a little bit, actually, before I'd even been to a rave, the first tape I ever got, the first tape I ever actually got to own, yeah, I've been listening to it, you know, going around your mate's house, listening to your mate's older brother's tapes and all that. The first tape I ever got hold of that was mine was, it was a Kool FM tape, taped from the radio, yeah, taping it off the radio, putting it in. I remember, if it was like a tape, if it was a tape, say like, that has already got something on it that had been bought from the shop, yeah, because never used to be CDs, it'd be a tape, right? You couldn't tape over it, so you'd have to put like tissue into the holes at the top of the tape, so you could tape over it, yeah. Anyway, you put it in. I had a Kool FM tape. I can't remember the DJ, but it was Riddler and Skibba, MC Riddler and MC Skibba. And for a start, MC Riddler used to be my favourite MC when I was a kid. What's happened to him, man? Yeah, it was MC Riddler and MC Skibba, and they were smashing it. And it was like my favourite tape of my life forever, like that I'd ever had, yeah, up until that point. So, and Skibba is like the quickest geezer that you've ever heard, yeah. Like he puts words together that don't even exist just because you can say it quick, right? Banging, right? And it was always between Skibba and Shabba, yeah. My personal favourite when I was a kid was Shabba. Sometimes, but there was tapes that Skibba used to kill it, mate. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It was between them two, on any given tape, one was better than the other one. To me, anyway. Yeah, right. And my first rave now. I'm at the rave. I remember sitting at the top of on Stratford Rex. They used to have two balconies. Yeah, they used 2 floors. Yeah, so you had the ground floor, and they had the dance floor at the front near the stage. You had a bar at the back with all chairs that everyone could sit on if they was feeling a bit like, yeah, bit chew-facey, like. And I was always chew-facey. Oh, hello, mate. Should we be best friends for the night? And so anyway, upstairs there's like a balcony with like a theatre section. Yeah, there's all seats that were going down like that. Yeah, looking down onto the stage. I was sitting, and there was a bar at the back. Right, I was up there. I was sitting on the stairs. We were sitting on the chairs, right, on the theatre bit. There was this first time. It was only me and my mate. Yeah, it was us two. I was 15, and he was like a year older than me. And this night is one of them memories, yeah, that I will remember forever. Yeah, banging night. But I also remember, like, I'd never seen the MCs before, and at the time it was on, MC Det was on stage, yeah. Been smashing it. I'd love listening to MC Det on tape and all that, yeah. Tape. I'm even talking like back in the day now. I love listening to him on tape. But I did, yeah, right. He used to smash it. He was like another, like, just used to spit it out a million miles an hour, yeah. And he was on there. Kenny Ken was the DJ, yeah. And then Skibba come on, and he come on like, and it weren't like, he didn't get past the mic and go 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 testing, tap 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 and all that, yeah. He just got on it and just spat 100 miles an hour, and I'll remember that forever, because like it was an adrenaline rush, you know what I mean? Like, what? I jumped up off side. At the time, I was sitting down, I had my feet over the front of the other seat, yeah. Maybe had my feet up on the other seat, over on the front of it, yeah. Just gouging out, going out. I didn't know what that was. And then he's come on, like, just smashed it and raised the roof, yeah. And he's like, I've got goosebumps now thinking about it. And obviously you start rushing, that kicks in again. What? But it's like, it's not the gurning rushing now, it's like you're up. And everybody's rushing towards the front. Me and my mate, if we could have, we'd have probably fell off and just run straight down, yeah, and just fell off the balcony and got down. But we've gone down the stairs. Everybody's rushing the stage, and he's smashing it, smashing it. If anybody should ever listen to that tape, Kenny Ken with Skibba and Det, and then Skibba takes over at the end. On the last tape is DJ Hype and just Skibba. It's a masterclass on that DJ Hype tape, yeah. And they're memories that will go down forever. Yeah? Every rave that he used to go to back in the day, back in them days as well. He never used to announce himself. Shabba never used to announce himself. They just smash it on the mic, yeah. So you'd be walking through the rave off your nut, off my nut. Just getting through, people dancing, people I didn't know. People asking me for a sip of my water. Walking off with it because I'm often like, I don't know what that is now. I'm asking for people for sips of water. It's a cycle of dirty water bottles getting passed around, yeah. Someone generally carts me before. I was chewing gum. Can I have half of that gum, mate? My mouth's so dry. I'm like, yeah. Well, we just walked off. How can I leave him with white foam on the side of his mouth? I'm like, yeah, go on in. That's as far as I'm going though. Yeah, and they come on and it'd be like an adrenaline rush, butterflies. And if they didn't turn up, it would be a disappointment. Yeah, it was always on the flyer. Afterwards, after the rave 6 AM, you come out, you're not as rushing as you was an hour ago, but your eyes are still, you know what I mean? You got your hood up, not because it's cold, but because you want to sweat it up and bring it on a little bit more. People standing outside the Rex or Baggies or whatever with flyers, handing them out. Anything that said Skibba or Shabba on, you go, oh yeah, definite. You know what I mean? That was how it was back then, yeah? And how old would Skibba even be now? 50? If he was alive, he died in the last couple of years. Of an heart attack. Definitely though. Skibba, Shabba, Newbury Crew, X-Man, Fat Man, Foxy, Navigator, 5-0, Brocky, Kenny Ken, DJ Ike, Mampy Swift. All part of my childhood, yeah, and all of them will have they will each be parts of memories that I've got that I even remembered yet. It was a way of life back then for me, anyway. For me, raving, drum and bass, listening to tape packs, going and buying tape packs out of Boogie Times in Romford, getting the flyers out of Boogie Times in Romford, because you could get the flyers for nothing. That was the advertisement, wasn't it? You give the flyers. So I used to go in school uniform, buy tickets to the rave for the weekend. Never used to ask for ID. I was in my school uniform. Getting the flyers all over me wall. All 4 walls would be taken up with flyers, mate. Wish I had them flyers now. Wish I did. I'm nearly 40. I wish I had them flyers just as memories. You should cherish them memories, innit? Because literally, MC Skibba died in the last couple of years. So, R.I.P. Skibba. Thanks for the memories. And if you like that, hit subscribe and we'll chat again. Adios.